Okay. Is my screen visible, Mataji? My
Yes,
voice?
Prabhuji. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
my voice is audible. Yes.
Yes. Very clear.
Okay.
Very good.
Yes, Mataji. So this is summary of 6th chapter. Today we are going to discuss 7th chapter. So let's summarize what we have learned in 6th chapter. So quickly we'll learn. In section 1, we actually the chapter was Ashtanga Yoga, but before Ashtanga Yoga, we know that to practice Ashtanga Yoga, we need to have purity. Okay, unless and until we are pure, we cannot practice Ashtanga Yoga. And to emphasize that point, Krishna discussed in first 4 sloka about the detachment process, about the process of Niskam Karma Yoga. The Niskam Karma Yoga will bring purity, and a pure person can perform the Ashtanga Yoga. So that's why advancing in yoga through a detached work or Niskam Karma Yoga was discussed. Then section 2, the Yoga Ruda stage, the perfect stage of Ashtanga Yoga is called Yoga Ruda stage, giving up the work. Okay. Section 3, further stages in practice of yoga. So we know 8 stages of yoga, we have read about that. Section 4, necessity of controlling the turbulent mind. And Arjuna tells that this mind is very difficult to control. Even wind is easier to control than this turbulent mind. Okay. Then section 5, the destination of an unsuccessful yogi. So 2 destinations we have read, that if a person is not too advanced in yoga and he now after that not too much advance in yoga and fall down happen, then that person will go to higher planet, enjoy their fruits of action, then again he will come back to the earthly planet, and he will take birth among the rich aristocratic families. Okay. And then the person who is advanced, who fall down after advanced stage, then he will take birth in the family of devotee, and from there he can start their yoga practice. Okay. So that was the destination. And last, the topmost yogi. So we know that person who is in loving devotional service of Lord. That is the perfect yogi. That is the topmost yogi. So that was the Bhakti Yoga. And from there, the Bhakti Yoga chapter starts. Okay. So this is actually the 7th chapter, the starting of Bhakti Yoga. The name of this chapter is Jnana Vigyan Yoga. Okay. Jnana means the theoretical knowledge. Vigyan means the knowledge which is applied. Okay. So actually, we are seeing the 6 divisions. Okay, 6 divisions of this chapter. So verses 1 to 3. So small sections are there. Chapter is also small, 30 sloka only. Okay. So 1 to 3 verses, knowing Krishna in full by hearing about you. Okay. So Krishna is emphasizing the process of hearing. Okay. So we know that the 9 devotional services are there, and out of the 9, one is the hearing process, and that process is very important. And Krishna will be emphasizing that process in this chapter. Okay. This part, section A. Then section B, that is verse 4 to 12. Okay. Knowing Krishna as the source of both the material and spiritual energy. So Krishna will be telling how everything is part and parcel of Krishna, material as well as spiritual. Okay. In section C, from sloka 13 to 14, then 3 modes are also controlled by Krishna only. Okay. That we will learn. 15 to 19, that the 2 types of people. Okay. We will be learning 2 types of people who are surrendering to Krishna and who are not surrendering to Krishna. Okay. So 4 type of people who are surrendering, 4 type of people who are not surrendering. Okay. So those we will learn. So if we have those quality, we will surrender to Krishna. If we don't have those quality, and if we have the impious quality, then we won't be surrendering to Krishna. So we'll learn about those qualities and those qualities. Okay. Then section E, 20 to 25th, other who have no knowledge, those who surrender to demigods, those who are impersonalist. Okay. About those will learn the impersonalist and demigods. Okay. And then last we'll learn about in 26 to 30, the bewilderment of living entity and his freedom through knowledge of Krishna. Okay. So we'll learn these things, mainly the chapter pertaining to the starting of the Bhakti Yoga section. Okay. Synopsis of chapter 7. So chapter 6, we have seen that best of yogi is the person who is devoted to Krishna. And in chapter 7, we will be starting the Bhakti Yoga section. And the starting begins with stress to the process of hearing. Okay. The way of acquiring the knowledge, but descending process as an early process. Okay. So in the chapter 7 will start with the concept of hearing process. Okay. And then these things, knowing Krishna, these things we have discussed. These six things we have discussed: pious, impious, surrender to demigods. These things this is the synopsis of today's chapter. These are the today's chapter things which we are going to learn. Okay. So section A, we are starting knowing Krishna in full by hearing about it. Okay. Hearing about him. So Krishna requests Arjuna to hear from both his material and spiritual energy, and declares that transcendentalists who succeed in truly knowing him is the most rare. Okay. So we'll see about the hearing process. So this is the first sloka. This sloka doesn't start with Arjuna's question. Actually, Krishna answered about that the person who is most perfect yogi, who is involved in bhakti yoga. And this chapter directly starts by Krishna saying that how is the bhakti yoga, um, how a person in bhakti yoga can attain Krishna. Okay. And process of hearing.
Read it, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Sri Bhagavan Vacha.
Sri Bhagavan Vacha Maya Saktamana Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatanyasyasi Tachrinu. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So Krishna says, now hear, Takshrinu, this word, now hear, O son of Pritha Arjuna, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt. Okay. So now Krishna is going to describe a process. And by practicing that process, we can attain Krishna. By practicing that process, we can attain Krishna without doubt. So which process Krishna is going to discuss? Okay. And which process Krishna is going to describe? He is asking Arjuna to hear. So we know that Krishna is going to describe the Bhakti Yoga, because 7th chapter starting with the Bhakti Yoga, and Krishna is saying, now here. Okay. So actually, we all are in the Krishna conscious process, we all are attracted. And the first process which you follow is hearing. Okay. Out of 9 devotional service, hearing is the first devotional, first of the services we follow, and we get attracted to Krishna. Okay. By hearing. Okay. By hearing, we develop faith in Krishna. By hearing from the bona fide processes, we develop faith in Krishna, and then other devotional services we also start. Okay. So faith, which we read in the starting of Bhagavad Gita, that faith is required for understanding. We develop faith by hearing from the bona fide sources about Krishna. Okay. So that is the process. So now here, O son of Pritha, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from the doubt. Okay. So now Krishna is going to describe the process. So actually there are 9 devotional services we know, and one or the first is the Shravanam, or the hearing. So Krishna is going to describe that hearing process. So actually the 9 devotional services are there. So Shravanam is the first one. Okay. Hearing. Like Maharaj Parikshit perfected his life through hearing. Kirtanam. Okay. Sukadeva Goswami glorifying about Krishna. Okay. Hearing, chanting or glorifying Krishna's name. Sukadeva Goswami. And remembering or Smaranam, Prahlad Maharaj. He remembered. Okay. So he perfected his life by remembering. Pada Sevanam, Lakshmi Devi example, serving the lotus feet of Lord. Okay. Archanam, Maharaj Prithu, he perfected his life through deity worship. Okay. Deity worship of Krishna. So Maharaj Prithu, Archanam. Akrura, prayers of Akrura, very famous. So Vandanam, okay. He perfected his life through Vandanam. Then Dasyam, Hanumanji, okay, becoming servant. So he was a perfect servant of Ramji. Okay. Sri Ramchandra, he was perfect servant. So he perfected his life through the Dasyam, or the servant. Sakyam, Arjuna is friend of Krishna. Through friendship, he perfected his life. Arjuna, Sakyam. Atma Nivedanam, Bali Maharaj, complete surrender. Okay. So Bali Maharaj perfected his life through the Atma Nivedanam. So actually 9 devotional services are there. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. So these are 9 devotional services. And Maharaj Amrish, perfect devotee of Lord. Okay. And he was perfect in all 9 devotional services. All the 9 processes of devotional service, he was perfect. Okay. Maharaj Amrish Maharaj. Second sloka. So first
Hare
sloka was about the hearing, that develop this the knowledge of the devotional service through hearing. Now I'm going to describe the hearing process. Hear from me. That was Krishna's emphasis that you should hear from me. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshyam yasheshatah yajnatva neha bhuyonyas jnatavyam avashishyate.
So Krishna is going to describe about that knowledge, that there is such a knowledge that if you know that knowledge, if you have knowledge of that process, then there is nothing left to be known. Okay. So we are searching for so many knowledge. We are searching daily. We are learning. But ultimately, if we are knowing about Krishna, about the devotional service of Krishna, the purest form of devotional service to Krishna, that is the ultimate knowledge. Okay. Ultimate knowledge. After gaining that knowledge, there is no other knowledge left to be known. Okay. Because we are knowing the roots. Directly we are knowing the roots. Okay. Some persons are searching for the roots. What is the roots of the tree? Where is the roots of the tree? And a person who knows the roots of the tree, he knows everything about the tree. Okay. So that is the thing. So once we know this knowledge, by knowing which there shall remain nothing further to be known. Okay. So now I shall now declare unto you full this knowledge, both the phenomenal and luminous. Both knowledge Krishna is going to describe, the Jnanam and the Vijnanam. Okay. Jnanam and Vijnanam, both Krishna is going to describe. And if we know this knowledge, if we know this Bhakti Yoga, okay, Bhakti, knowledge of the Bhakti Yoga, there is nothing further left to be known. The perfect knowledge, the ultimate, the final knowledge. Okay. So that is the thing. Knowledge of the absolute, text number 2, Lord Krishna explained full knowledge, that is phenomenal and the luminous. So two types of knowledge, complete knowledge. So this is called the complete knowledge, okay, transcendental knowledge. Two types of knowledge Krishna is describing, phenomenal knowledge and the luminous knowledge. So phenomenal knowledge acquired or perceived through the senses, okay. But luminous knowledge about the spirit, not acquired through senses, objects as it is, not necessarily perceived through the senses. Okay. So knowledge about the spirit, it's called luminous knowledge. Knowledge about the matter, it's called the phenomenal knowledge. Okay. So matter and so this is about this is called the Jnanam. This can be called the Vijnanam. Okay. Knowing this, nothing more to be known. So if you have knowledge of spirit, if you have knowledge of the super soul, there is nothing to be known. Okay. Whatever you are seeing, whatever you are perceiving, you are seeing, perceiving, that is called the direct knowledge. Okay. Matter knowledge of the matter. So that is the phenomenal knowledge. And luminous knowledge, the knowledge which you are not seeing, knowledge which you are not acquiring through the senses. Okay. So the knowledge which you are acquiring through the senses, that is called Prataksha Praman. Okay. Prataksha Praman, that is the knowledge which you are acquiring through the senses. A knowledge which we cannot acquire from the senses, which is beyond our senses perception. Okay. That we acquire from the bona fide source. Okay. A bona fide source, like Krishna is the bona fide source for acquiring those knowledge. So Krishna can be called as bona fide source of this knowledge. Okay. So the both knowledge there's no knowledge left to be known. Okay. So both matter and the spirit, both Krishna is the controller of both. And Krishna is explaining to Arjuna because Arjuna has the qualification of a devotee and a friend. So we have read this in 4.3 and 9.1 also. So two slokas are there, which is explaining the qualification. 4.3, because you are my devotee, because you are my friend, that's why I'm explaining this knowledge to you. Okay. Yes, one more sloka.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschat yatati siddhaye yatataamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvatah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Manushyanam sahasreshu, there are thousands of men are there who are trying for who are trying for siddhi. Kaschid yatati siddhe. They are trying for siddhi. Thousands of men are there who are trying for the siddhi, perfection. Yatatam api siddhanam. So perfection, they are trying for perfection. Yatatam api siddhanam. And few will get the perfection. And out of few who got the perfection, Kaschin Mamveti Tatvata. Only few will be there who will be knowing me with the perfect with the know me in the truth. Okay. So actually you see, so many people are there, so many people is there in this world, but out of them only few will be trying to be a yogi. What is the meaning of yogi? Yogi means to be in the consciousness of Krishna. Okay, to be attached always to Krishna. So that is called the perfect stage or the yogi stage. So out of so many people in the world, so many people will be there in the world. Okay, few will be there who will be trying to become a yogi. Okay, or the perfection, who are trying to become perfect. Kaschid yatati siddhe, who are trying to be perfect. Okay, so for the so many processes are there, like karma yoga is there, then dhyana yoga is there, then gyan yoga is there, and bhakti yoga is there. So many processes are there. So many people are there, and few will be doing these processes for the siddhi or the for the attaching to Krishna. Okay, so that is the kaschid yatati siddhe. Okay, yatatam api siddhanam. And out of them who attain the siddhi, only few will be there who will be knowing Krishna in truth. So like bhakti yoga. So out of so many processes, karma yoga is there, jnana yoga is there, dhyana yoga is there, bhakti yoga is there. All are trying to attain siddhi. Okay, all are trying to attain Krishna. But only the bhakti yogi, out of them only the bhakti yoga is there who knows Krishna in the truth. Okay, so that is the thing. Like this marathon. Okay, so many people are there in this world, but all of them are not participating in the marathon. Only few will be participating, and out of the few, only few will be able to finish the race, the perfection. Okay, so others will be like this. They won't be able to complete the race. So few will be able to complete the race, and out of those who completed the race, only few will be there who will be getting the prizes like one, first, second, and third. Okay, so that is the thing. So many people are there, but all of them are not trying to attain Krishna. Okay, only few are there who are trying to attain Krishna, and out of few, only few are there who knows Krishna in full. Okay. So that was the meaning of that previous sloka. So knowing now the section B, that is knowing Krishna as the source of both material and spiritual energy. So actually Krishna is the source of both material and the spiritual energy. So two types of energies are there. Krishna is describing two types of energy in these two slokas.
Please, Prabhuji. Bhumirapo nalo vayu mano buddhirev cha ahankara iti yam me bhinna prakritir ashtada. I'll read the other one also.
Yeah, let me describe it.
Okay.
So Krishna is describing about the Bhinna Prakriti here. Bhinna Prakriti Ashtada. So these 8 things, Ashtada, is the 8th thing which is making the Bhinna Prakriti, or the separated energy of Krishna, or the inferior energy. This separated energy is also called as inferior energy. So these 8 things are there who are making the Bhinna Prakriti, or the separated energy of Krishna. What are these 8 things? Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, and intelligence, and false ego. All together, these 8 constitute my separated material energy. So Krishna is describing first about the separated material energy. These are material energy. There is no soul mentioned here. You see, no soul. What are the things? So 5 Panch Mahabhuta, the earth, water, fire, air, ether. These are the 5 things, and 3 things are mind, intelligence, and false ego. So if you see earth, water, fire, air, ether, these are the gross body elements. Okay, this gross body which is made up, and the mind, intelligence is false ego. Mind, intelligence, and false ego. What these 3 things are making? Can you tell me in the chat box? These things, what these things are making? Mind, intelligence, and false ego. So earth, water, fire, ether, air, and ether makes the gross body. Mind, intelligence, and false ego. What these 3 things make? Can you tell me? Soul is not the correct answer. Yes, Shivam Prabhu, you're right. Subtle body. So there are 3 types of body actually we have. One is called gross body. Earth, water, fire, air, and ether is making the gross body. Mind, intelligence, and false ego are making the subtle body. Okay. and one another body is there that is called spiritual body. The spirit makes the spiritual body. Okay, so if you see, only two types of bodies are described here. So, and these two are made by the spirit, the material energy. Okay, so actually the gross body and the subtle body both are made by the material element. Okay, so these 8 things are making the separated energy. But there is one more superior energy. We know that there is soul also. So Krishna described about this in this 7.5 sloka. Yes, Mataji, now you can.
Hare Krishna. Apareyam itastvanya prakritim viddhi me param jiva bhutam mahabaho yaedham dharyate jagat. Hare Krishna.
So yaedam dharyate jagat. So these are the exploiting forces. Okay. So this 8 thing which is there, it is making the material energy. But who is utilizing the material energy? There must be someone who is utilizing the material energy. So what is that utilizing thing? So it is mentioned in this sloka. Beside these, O mighty Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind. So these 8 things are there who is making the material energy. And above that, there is one superior energy, and that energy is called the Jiva, okay, or the living entity, who comprises the living entity who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. So 2 types of energy, inferior energy and superior energy. Okay. And the Jiva is the inferior superior energy who is trying to exploit the inferior energy. Okay. So 2 types of energies Krishna is describing here. All created beings have their source in these 2 natures, and of all that is material and at all that is spiritual in this world, know for certain that I am both the origin and the dissolution. So Krishna is actually the origin as well as dissolution of all the things which is there in this world. Okay, so if you see this world, this material world, the outside environment or anything you see outside, if you see, there are only 2 things are there: the living entities are there and the material elements are there. And Krishna says both are coming from me only. So actually everything which we see in this world, is actually coming from Krishna. Krishna is the source of everything, whether superior energy, whether inferior energy, both are coming from Krishna. So you see this material world, everything is non-living except the superior energy, the soul. Everything is there which is non-living. Okay. So without the soul, everything which is there outside you is non-living. Okay, is dead. But only living thing in this world is the soul, and everything is coming from Krishna. So Krishna is the source of both material as well as spiritual energy. So everything in this world is coming from Krishna. Okay. So you see Krishna is there, and how, so this slide depicts how this material nature is being formed. Okay. So Krishna's plenary expansions, complete expansion, that is called plenary expansion. Okay. So there are 3 plenary expansions of Krishna, and these are called Purusha incarnation also. These 3 incarnations are Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. So actually, Krishna is making this material world through these 3 things. Okay, these 3 expansions, plenary expansions, those are called Mahavishnu or Karnodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. Okay, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu is also the Paramatma. Okay, so three Vishnu forms are there. These are our plenary expansion. Krishna himself only plenary, complete expansion. Okay. So Mahavishnu is called Karnodakshaya Vishnu. So Karnodakshaya Vishnu, from Karnodakshaya Vishnu creates total material energy, that is called Mahatattva. So from Karnodakshaya Vishnu, the total material energy, the base of the material energy is being made. That is called the everything, that is the separated material energy that is being made, and that is called the Mahatattva. Okay, Mahatattva, and the Mahatattva is the main tattva, and from which all the material energy will be created. Okay. Then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu enters into a universe to create the diversity. So now Garbhodakshaya, second plenary expansion, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So it will enter into the each of the universe. Okay, each of the universe to create the diversity, create the different types of living entity, create the Brahma, and Brahma will be creating all the 84 lakh species. Okay, 84 lakh species are there. So those are being made by Brahma, and the Brahma is originating from the Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Okay, so Karnadaksha Vishnu is creating the material energy, the Mahatattva. Garbhodaksha Vishnu is entering into every universe and creating, and from there Brahmaji is originating, and from Brahma these diversities are being made in this material world. Okay, and third, the Shirodaksha Vishnu or the Paramatma, it enters in every atom to maintain a super cell. Okay, so as a maintainer, he is entering into every atom. So this is how this material energy is being made. Plenary expansion. Okay. And this material creation, these three expansions of Krishna are making the material creation. These are already, you know, that these are temporary. This material creation is temporary. All activities are directed by the three Vishnu, these three Vishnu. And ingredients of material world are separated energy of Lord. So already, you know, the separated energy. These are the 8 energy, which is the ingredient of the material world creation. So Krishna is expanding in 3 incarnations, Mahavishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Shirodaksha Vishnu, to make this material world. And this material world is made from the 8 elements. Already you know the 8 elements, that is earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Okay, these are 5 gross elements, and subtle elements are making subtle bodies like mind, intelligence, and false ego. So this is how the material element and gross element and subtle element is there. Okay. So Krishna's energy, 2 types of energies are there. Krishna discussed about the two energy, that is called the superior energy and the inferior energy. Okay, superior energy and the inferior energy. But if you see the slide, there is one more energy mentioned, that is called marginal energy. Okay, so actually the soul is actually the superior energy. Okay, soul is actually the superior energy. But what happens when soul come into contact of the inferior energy, okay, the material nature, then its nature changes. Okay, so actually you see this jiva is having jiva can have the 2 things. Okay, it can move toward the higher energy, it can move toward the inferior energy. Okay, both choice this jiva has. Okay, so actually the jiva is coming under the marginal energy. Okay, superior energy or the internal energy, like the Maya, the interior energy. Okay, or the Maya is it's called the internal energy. Okay, internal potencies. Okay, and the external potency, this material nature is there, and jiva is coming under the in between them, that is marginal. It has the propensity to move toward the higher or the lower. Okay, so jiva or the soul is coming under the marginal energy. Okay, so you see, external energy is the material world, gross element, subtle element, gross element 5 elements, subtle element the 3 elements, and this jiva is exploiting the material world. Okay, so liberation means free from the material illusion. Okay, so actually the jiva is coming under marginal energy. Okay, so we have known that source of material energy is Krishna, source of superior energy is Krishna, source of marginal energy is also Krishna. So everything is coming from Krishna. Okay. Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Prabhuji. Matta parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya mayi sarvam idam protam sutre manigana iva. Krishna.
Sutre Mani Ganaiva. Okay, so Krishna is like money is there. Okay, money means the pearls. Sutre Mani Ganaiva. So it is threading all the pearl like in the necklace. Okay, so if you see a necklace, there will be pearls will be there, and the pearl is threaded on a and there will be one thread which won't be visible, and all the pearls will be there who are resting upon the thread. If you remove the thread, so pearls are means they won't be in the form of a necklace. It will be lost. The pearls will be lost. Okay. So Krishna is the like the thread. It is maintaining all the universe in its place. Okay. So that energy is Krishna, that thread is Krishna. Okay. So, O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. As the pearls are there in the thread, everything which is there, it is maintained by me. I am maintaining everything. Okay. So this is Krishna's declaration. So different opulences of Krishna, which Krishna tells, like in 7.8, these things are Krishna is saying that I am the taste of water. I am the light of the sun and moon. Taste of water, Krishna says, I am the taste of water. I am the light in the sun and moon. In the Vedic mantra, Om is me only. And in the ether, the space, sound is me only. Okay, I am representing the sound in the ether. The ability in men is me. Okay, the different opulences. The fragrance of earth is me. Krishna is representing the fragrance of earth. Heat in the fire is represented. Heat is in the fire. Krishna represents the heat. Okay. So I am the heat in the fire, Krishna says. I am the life of all that lives. Okay. Krishna is the life of all the living. All the penances. Krishna represents the penances of all the aspects. Okay. And he is the original seed giver of all the existence. So whatever things you see in the previous sloka, Krishna told that everything is coming from me only. And Krishna is the seed of everything. Okay. Original father. Intelligence. So he represents intelligence of the intelligence. So when we see any intelligent person, we can see that this intelligence is given by Krishna. Krishna is representing the intelligence of this intelligent person. Prowess of all the powerful men, Krishna represents that prowess. Krishna represents the strength of all the strong person. Okay. And the Krishna is sex life, not contrary to the religious principle. So many people think that sex life means no spirituality. There is no meaning of sex life in the spirituality. But actually, Krishna represents that the sex life also, which is not contrary to religious principle. Okay, like sex life, which is inside the marriage life. Okay, sex which is inside the marriage, that is represented by Krishna. Krishna represents the sex which is inside the marriage. Okay, so that is the thing.
Hare Krishna. Ye chaiva satvika bhava rajasastamasaschaye madhya eveti tan vidhi natvaham teshu te mai. Hare Krishna.
Know that all states of being, be they of goodness, passion, ignorance, are manifested by my energy. I am in one sense everything, but I am independent. I am not under the modes of material nature, for they, on the contrary, within me. So Krishna is making the material universe. Krishna is making the jiva. Krishna is the master of all those things. And Krishna is saying that Krishna is the controller of all the three. Krishna is the controller of all the three modes of nature also. That is the Maya, modes of Maya. Okay. So actually, Krishna is control of Maya also. Okay. So everything is the dependent of Krishna. And whether a person and Krishna says that Krishna is not under the Maya, because Krishna is the creator of the Maya. Okay, so you see, I am in one sense everything, but I am independent. I am not under the modes of material nature, for they, on contrary, are within me. So Krishna is the controller. You see this picture, these men are being controlled by the three modes, the nature modes. Okay, and Krishna is above the three modes. Okay, so Krishna is controlling these three, and these three are controlling these people. Okay, Jiva. So that other Krishna is Nirguna. Guna means the modes, and Krishna is not under the three modes. That's why Krishna is called Nirguna. So Krishna is not affected by the modes. That's why Krishna is called Nirguna, not affected by the modes. All material activity are conducted under the three modes, and the three modes emanate from the Supreme Lord, and he is not subordinate to them. So all the three modes are under Krishna. That's why Krishna is called Nirguna.
Prabhuji, what are these three modes?
Three modes: Satoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna.
Okay,
These are the three
thank
modes. So the three modes are controlled by Krishna, therefore surrender. Okay, so the next section, section C. deluded by the three modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance, that is Satoguna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna, the whole world does not know me. Okay. Who am above the modes and inexhaustible. Okay. Yes.
Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mam Eva Ye Prapadyanti Mayam Etam Taranti Te. Hare Krishna.
So this sloka is important. It is said that this divine energy of mind. So if you see this Maya, Krishna is describing this Maya as divine energy of mind. So this is also Krishna's energy only, divine energy. Okay. And it consists of three modes of material nature. So this divine energy, the Maya, it consists of three modes of nature, that is Satoguna, and Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. It is difficult to overcome because this is Krishna's energy, and Krishna has created this energy to keep every person in the Maya. It is very difficult to overcome. Very difficult to overcome. Okay, because this is Krishna's energy. Okay, and the work of this energy, work of this Maya, is to keep every person in this material world deluded. Okay, but those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. So, what is the way to cross this Maya? How we can overcome this Maya? The thing is, who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. The thing is, we have to surrender to Krishna to overcome it, because Krishna is the controller of Maya. If we surrender to Krishna, Maya won't disturb us. Okay. Krishna explained how to get free from the modes, how we can get above from this mode, how we can get free from this mode. You see, Krishna is there, and this is Durga Devi. Okay, controlling every living entity. This is Maya. Okay, every living entity is controlled by the Durga Devi, Maya Devi. Oh, okay. So we are conditioned soul. Condition means we are conditioned by the three modes. Okay. Okay. So we are called Nitya Baddha, or living entity eternally bound. How we are bound? Through the modes of material nature. We are bound by the clutches of Maya. Okay, clutches of Maya, or the shackles of Maya. So we are bound by the shackles of Maya. So we see bound by the clutches of Maya. Nitya Baddha. This living entity is under the control of Maya, and that living entity is now called a Nitya Baddha. Okay, very difficult to overcome because this is Krishna's energy, since controlled by the Supreme Lord. Okay, so it is very difficult to overcome. And this energy is divine. This divine energy of mind, material energy is called so because of the divine connection and the movements of the divine will. Okay, just 1 minute.
Anandena Puniyadana Garinalina Puniyadana Punagada Shankapana Mukunda
Okay. So Krishna was describing how we can get above the Maya, and Krishna is the controller of Maya. So we are Nitya Baddha. We are the living entity which is under the clutches of Maya. And it is very difficult to overcome because this is divine energy of Krishna. Material energy is called so because of the divine connection and the movements of the divine will. So it is under the divine will. It is under the Krishna. So that's why it is called divine energy. So we are Nitya Baddha. We are under the Maya, and Maya is called divine energy of Krishna. Okay, and how we are controlled? Through the guna. Guna is the ropa. Three modes are called three guna of the nature, and we are controlled by that. Only Krishna or his bona fide represented can rescue one from this guna, or the ropa, or the clutches. Devotional service can help one gain release from this Maya. Krishna, out of paternal affection for the living entity, can order his energy to release from the conditioned soul. So if we are surrendering to Krishna, we can get liberated from the clutches of Maya. So only way which Krishna described to get liberated from the clutches of Maya is to surrender to Krishna. Okay. So get free from the clutches of Maya, surrender to Krishna. Okay. So when we are surrendering, Krishna is the master of Maya. So when we are surrendering to Krishna, Maya won't affect us. Okay. Now the section D, two types of people who are surrendering to Krishna and who are not surrendering to Krishna. So we'll read the impious lacks knowledge and never surrender to Krishna. So first we'll read the impious people, then we'll read the pious develop knowledge and surrender to Krishna. So impious and pious people will read. Okay. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Namam dushkritino moodaha prapadyante naradamaha mayaya pahrita jnanaha asuram bhavam ashritaha.
Two types, four types of people are there who are not surrendering to Krishna. So these are called duskritano, okay, or miscreants. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish. First is the foolish person. Second, lowest among the mankind, Naradhama, lowest among the mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, Mayaya Prihita Jnana, fully knowledgeable person, but the knowledge is just for the material world only, no spiritual knowledge. We see many scientists are there, so many philosophers are there, but their knowledge is just limited for the body, no knowledge of the soul. So that is called the Mayaya Prihita Jnana. Okay, the knowledge is stolen by the illusion, the knowledge under the illusion only. And last is Asurim Bhavam, okay, who partakes of the atheistic nature of demon, atheistic people do not surrender unto me. So four types of people are there who do not surrender to Krishna. First is called Mudha, grossly foolish, like hard working asses. Mudha. They will be working day and night. You will see many kind of people. They will be working day and night. Okay. And to accumulate the money. Okay. And if you ask them why you are not surrendering to Krishna. So for me, I do not believe in that. For me, work is worship. Okay. Whatever work I am doing, that work is worship for me. I am fully dedicated to my work. Okay. And the thing is, they are working, but they are working for the self. Okay, so that is the problem. They say that Bhagavad Gita says work is worship, but they do not say which type of work is worship. Okay, type of work is akarma. Okay, akarma work if you are doing, that is actually Krishna tells about the akarma we should do. Okay, but the people fully doing work for themselves and they say that I am work is worship for me. Okay, so that is the thing. So grossly foolish like hard working asses. They will be working day and night for the accumulating money, nothing. They are gaining nothing. After the death, everything is lost. Okay, that is called Mudha. Naradhama, lowest of the mankind. Okay, lowest of the mankind. Knowledge stolen by illusionary energy. Full knowledgeable person, but that full knowledgeable person is taking the person to the lower side only, not toward the Krishna. Okay, so that is called Maya Prita Jnana. Asurim Bhavam Ashrita, envious toward the God, atheistic demon. They do not believe in God, like Hiranyakashipu. Okay, he was not believing in God. Okay, he was thinking, I am the only the super person. I am the most super person. This is the ass, hardworking ass. Ravan. Okay, you see Ravan, knowledgeable person, but knowledge was lost. Knowledge was stolen by the Maya. Okay. Jagai Madai, two people. Okay. Naradhama, lowest among the mankind. So this is for the people who surrender to Krishna. Chaturvida Vajante Ma. They surrender to Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Chaturvida bhajante ma jana sukritinarjuna arto jignyasurarthati jnani cha bharatarshaba.
Yes, Mata. So these are the four types of people. Chaturvida bhajante mam. They surrender to Krishna. What are the four types of people? Artho, Jigyasur, Artharthi, Jnani. These are the four. Artho means the people who are behind the money. Okay, who are in distress, who are in pain. That is called Artho. Jigyasu, inquisitive person. They are searching for the knowledge. Jigyasu, they are searching. Who is Krishna? Who is Krishna? Who am I? What is the purpose of my life? Jigyasu. Okay. Artharthi, who are behind the money. Okay, who are searching for the money. I want money. So these are called Artharthi. And fourth is Jnani, who is in Gyan, who had learned all the Vedas and Purana, and now he know that Krishna is the supreme. They will surrender to Krishna. Okay, so that is the thing. So that these are the four types of people. So, oh best among the Bharata, Arjuna, four kinds of pious men render devotional service to me. Which are the four types of people who render devotional service? The distressed, the desire of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of the absolute. Okay, so these are the four types of people who will surrender to Krishna. But thing is, one most important thing is pious man. You see, four kinds of pious man render devotional service. Okay, so first thing is being pious. Okay, if a person is not pure and he is in distress, he will be going to other way only. If a person is pious, okay, he is pure, pureness is there, and he is in distress, he will remember Krishna. Okay, so that is the thing. The most important thing is piousness, pureness. Unless and until a person is pure, how he can surrender to Krishna? Unless and until there is garbage in your room, okay, how you can invite Krishna in your room? Okay, there is no chance of inviting. First thing is pureness. First thing is we should live a pure life. Our life should be pure so that Krishna can come in our life. Okay, we can think in correct way. So thing is, first we should live a pure life. How we can purify our life? That is the basic thing. Okay, how we can purify our life? Okay, then we can invite Krishna. So first thing is purification. We should live a pure life. Okay, how we can live a pure life? Can you suggest something in the chat box? How we can, what you think? How we can live a pure life? Pureness is important. You see, four types of people will surrender to Krishna. Okay, so four types of people must have one quality, that is the piousness or the pureness. Okay, how we can develop that pureness? How we can develop our life in the pure way? How we can make our life pure? Okay, one answer we have got is follow the Shastra, practical way. How we can, what we can do practically to purify our life? Chanting, okay, chanting in one way, okay. Follow four regulative principles. What are the four regulative principles? Yes, these are the basic principles. These are the very important principles. Unless and until we follow these principles, four regulative principles, four basic principles, purification won't happen. Okay. So how we can develop the four? So these are the, yes, Shivam Prabhu has given the best answer. Okay, four regulative principles we need to follow to develop the piousness. And with that piousness, we are chanting, we are inviting Krishna in our heart, and Krishna will be coming to our heart. Okay. So first thing is we should have the piousness. We should live a pure life, and we should chant. Okay, these two important things are there. So four basic principles. What are the four basic principles? What are the things? What are the four basic principles? Four regulative principles we should follow. Yes, Saurabh Prabhu has given no meat eating. Meat eating, okay, killing a innocent animal and eating. Okay, that is that if one thing you are doing, okay, that killing thing, okay, if you are eating a killed animal, that means your life won't be pious life. Okay, for pious life we should not kill those animals and eat those meat. So many things Krishna has given to eat. Okay, there is basic cycle of eating is there, and we are like vegetables eater. Okay, not like the person, not like a tiger or lion who is eating meat. Okay, so we are not like that. So our basic thing is we should not eat meat. We should not kill an animal, or we should not encourage others to kill an animal for our eating. Okay, so we should not involve in the meat eating. So that is the thing. Unless and until that thing is, how can piousness come in us? Okay, if we are eating meat, compassion is lost. We are not compassionate about the other living entity. Okay, we are not compassionate about the living entity which is there in front of us in our plate. Okay, so that is the thing. So first thing is we should be compassionate. Meat eating we should not do, because it will lead to the loss of the compassionate nature. Okay, and that piousness won't come, and we won't be able to surrender to Krishna. Intoxicant. If we are drinking the intoxicant, our thinking process, what is correct, what is not correct, will be lost. We will be in the tamoguna. Okay, tamoguna, we won't be able to take decision which is correct for us, which is not correct for us, and we will be going to the thing which is the most lowest, which is most easiest. Okay, people will either they will say, you will see people, they will say, what is this restriction? We should be broad minded. Okay, anything we should accept. Okay, what is this? What is this restriction? What is that restriction? We should not follow this. We should not follow that. What is this? We should be broad-minded. We can follow everything like that. They will say. Okay, but that is the tamoguna tendency. Intelligence is there, then that person only can live a life like that. Okay, so like that. So animal also, if you see the animal, these are the most broad-minded creatures are there in the living. Most broad-minded. Okay, whatever they like, they are doing. So that is called the most broad-minded. So if a person is trying to see the life of most broad-minded things, then the animals are living the most broad-minded life. Okay, so if you have intelligence, you will have the intelligence to think what is correct and what is not correct, and then you will live like that. So that is called intoxicant. If a person is intoxicant, his life is like animal life only. Okay, no intelligence of thinking what is correct, what is not correct, no intelligence of taking decisions. Okay, so that is called intoxicant life. Third is gambling. Gambling also is not good for our spiritual being. Okay, so that is the thing. Illicit sex, illicit is also not good. Okay, these four basic regulative principles every person should follow, and based on that piousness, we can invite Krishna in our heart, and we can follow. We can follow the devotional life. Okay, so that is, I think, the most basic principle every person. So that this will bring pureness, and with pureness, when we chant, Krishna will come to our heart. Okay, so that is the way, that is the process of the devotional service, with four regulative principle, making the four regulative principle as basis, and chanting, Krishna will come to our heart. Okay. So you see these different examples are there. This is Gajendra Maharaj. Okay, Gajendra Maharaj was a very pious elephant. Okay, he was devotee in the previous life. Okay, and once he was beside a river. He was drinking water, and one crocodile came, and he drowned the Gajendra Maharaj into the water, and there is big fight between the Gajendra Maharaj and the crocodile, and the fight was going for so long. No one was winning. Okay, so long, so many hundreds and thousands of years fight was going. Okay, Gajendra Maharaj then remembered Lord, and Lord came that time. So the moment Gajendra Maharaj remembered Krishna came that second moment. Okay, and then Gajendra Maharaj, when he saw Krishna, okay, then he offered the pushpa to Krishna. You see this picture? Gajendra Maharaj is offering pushpa to Krishna. He is in distress. First example, Artha. Okay. Second example, this is Draupadi, Artha. Okay. Third example, Draupadi is there. Cheeraran is going on. She is remembering Krishna. So that is also example of Artha. You see this? This is Vyasamuni. Okay. Vyasamuni. His son is inside the womb. Okay, and the name of the son is, can you tell me the name? You see this person, this is Parikshit Maharaj. Yeah, this is Parikshit Maharaj, this is Sukhdev Goswami. So Sukhdev Goswami is there inside the womb, and he was very fearful of coming to this material world, because you know that outside the world there is Maya. Okay, and when I'll come to this world, I won't be able to remember Krishna, because Maya's effect will be there outside this womb. Okay, so he was not coming through many years. He was inside the womb only. Then Krishna himself came. Okay, your birth is very important for the mankind. You should take birth. Okay, because you are going to deliver this knowledge of Bhagavatam, so knowledgeable person, to this world. So please come out. I ensure you that Maya won't touch you. Okay, then Sukadeva Goswami came. Okay, so that was the fear. Then you see this Parikshit Maharaj is there. He's going to die in 7 days. Sukadeva Goswami is giving the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj is in distress. He is inquisitive. Okay, he is trying to learn about the Lord. He is Jnani also. Many examples you can see in this. Okay, pious person. You see Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj is searching for a kingdom greater than his father. Okay, so for this he started worshipping Vishnu. Okay, and at last he got Vishnu. Okay, so at last, so he was comparing what I was searching. I was searching for the stones. I was searching for a kingdom. Kingdom he is comparing to a stone. Kingdom is so big kingdom. Okay, you see this. Dhruva Maharaj was searching for a kingdom. Okay, and he got Krishna. And he after getting Krishna, he tells that I was searching for the stones, pebbles, but I got the diamond. See the comparison. So big kingdom. The Loka he was comparing to just a stone in front of the Krishna. Okay, so that is the thing. That is the comparison between the spiritual and the material thing. The spiritual thing is like diamond. Material valueless stones. Okay, like that. So that is the thing. That's why people who are worshipping the demigods, that's why it is not encouraged to worship the demigods, because people who are too much materially, they have too much material desire, they will worship the demigods for fulfilling those material desires. Okay, so that is the case of Dhruva Maharaj. Okay, you see the Sugriv. So Dhruva Maharaj wanting the Artha. Okay, he wants the wealth. Okay, so he was searching for the wealth. You see Sugriv, he is in pain. His brother has taken his wife, his kingdom. Okay, so he is meeting Ramchandra. With the help of Ramchandra, he will get his kingdom back. Okay, so Sugriv is Artha. Okay, he is in pain. You see this picture? This many sages are there. Okay, and this there is one forest. This is called Naimisaranya. Okay, so the sages are they have gathered in the Naimisaranya, and you see a person who is sitting. He is Suta Goswami. He is also here. Suta Goswami is also here when Sukadev Goswami is giving the knowledge to the Parikshit Maharaj. Suta Goswami is here. Narad Muni is here. They are hearing this knowledge. Okay, and Suta Goswami is giving this knowledge to the sages of Naimisaranya. So Naimisaranya people, they are inquisitive. Okay, they are searching for the knowledge. They are already jnani. Okay, and they are listening from the Suta Goswami about this knowledge. Okay, so these are the examples for the 4 types of people who surrender to Krishna. Okay, so we have already seen these things. So I'll quickly move. Okay, but who is the best? The distressed, jnani, inquisitive, and the desire of wealth. Who is the best? Best is?
Jnani.
Jnani. Yes, Jnani is the best among them. Jnani is in full knowledge of absolute truth and free from the material desire. He is engaging with the, so after Jnani, after attaining the Jnana, what will happen to the person? He will engage in pure devotional service. Lord is very dear to him, and he is very dear to Lord because he has engaged in the devotional service. Okay, so Jnani is there, and Jnani, when engaged in devotional service, is very dear to Lord. When one is in pure knowledge of the transcendence of the Supreme Lord, the material contamination cannot touch him. Okay, so among the 4, the best is the Jnani who has surrendered to Krishna, pure devotional service. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Udara sarva evaite jnani tvatmeva me matam astita sahi yuktatma mam evanuttamam gatim. Hare Krishna.
So all these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous soul, but he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my friend, just like my own self, being engaged in my transcendental service. He is sure to attain me, the highest and the most perfect goal. So the Jnani, he is talking about the Jnani. Okay, about the Jnani. So the devotee who is in the knowledge of me, I consider to be just like me. Okay, my own self. He is considering about just like his own self. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he is sure to attain me the highest and most perfect. So Krishna is saying the most important of the 4 is Jnani, who is surrendered to Krishna. Okay, but that Jnani is very rare. So that is what Krishna is saying in this sloka. That Jnani is very rare.
Hare Krishna. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha.
So Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. That Mahatma is very durlabh, very rare. Which type of Mahatma? Bahunam Janmanamante. After taking Bahu Nam Janmanamante. So after taking many births, those type of Jnani, after taking many births, Jnanavan mam prapadyante, they surrender to me. Okay, so even the jnana is not perfect. Unless and until they surrender to Krishna, that is not perfect. Okay, so you see, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan mam prapadyante. The jnani who is in knowledge of Krishna, they'll surrender to Krishna after many, many births. Okay, so that is the thing. Jnani will take many, many births, and after that they will surrender to Krishna. So that is the perfect stage. So Jnani is not the perfect stage. Jnana Yoga is not the perfect stage unless and until that Jnana Yoga come to Bhakti Yoga. That is not a perfect stage. Okay, so you see, after many birth and death, he who is actually in knowledge surrender to me, knowing me to be the full, to be the cause of all the causes, and that is such a great soul is very rare. So that is also very rare. Okay, that person who is in knowledge and at last surrender to Krishna. Okay, so you see, bhakti is very rare. Why it is rare? So you see here, it is mentioned in the beginning, in the Jnana Yoga, in the beginning. Okay, why Jnana Yogis take many, many births? It is described here in the last part. When you see the purport, it is described. So in the beginning, when trying to give up the attachment to the materialism, there is some leaning toward the impersonalism. So in the beginning, the Jnana Yogis leaned toward the impersonalism. Impersonalism means the person who doesn't consider Krishna as the person. Okay, he sees that this nature is controlled by the some energy. Okay, like this one energy is there which is controlling. He doesn't consider Krishna to be the ultimate supreme. Okay, so beginning they are leaning, they have leaning toward the impersonalism. Okay, but they, when they advance, later understand that there are activity in the spiritual life, that is devotional service, and thus he become attached and surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So beginning they will surrender to the impersonalist, and later they will surrender to the Supreme Personality, the personal form. That's why they will take many, many births, and they will come ultimately to the Supreme Realization. Okay, that is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Section E, 20 to 25th. Others who have no knowledge, those who surrender to demigods, those who are impersonalists, what's happened to them? Okay. Those whose intelligence has been stolen by the material desires surrender unto demigods. Who surrender to demigods? Who wants the material desire? Okay, so one demigod is in charge of maybe money department, financial department. Lakshmi Devi is in charge of financial department. So person who wants more money, who wants only money, okay, what he will do? He will directly go to the Lakshmi Devi. He will try to worship, and he want to fulfill his money desire. Okay, so that is the thing. A person who wants knowledge, okay, he will surrender to Saraswati Ma. He will surrender, and he wants the give me knowledge, give me knowledge. Okay, so that is the thing. So, but they are not above, these desires are not above the material things. They are under the material things only. They want material results only. So that's why this is called those whose intelligence has been stolen by the material desires surrender unto demigods and follow particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own nature. Okay, I am in everyone's heart as the super soul. As soon as one desires to worship some demigods, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity. So Krishna says, I am in everyone's heart as super soul. I know what a person wants and what a person is doing. Everything I'm there, I'm seeing. Okay, so as soon as a person wants to worship a demigod, Krishna makes his faith strong so that he can worship that demigods. Okay, ultimately he will come back to Krishna only. But Krishna only make the faith strong to worship the demigods also. Okay. So these are not clear, but it is said, but these benefits, the benefits which demigods are giving, they are actually bestowed by Krishna only. They are also given by Krishna only. Okay? So ultimately everything is coming from Krishna. So the demigods, if they are giving any result, that is also sanctioned by Krishna only. Okay, so that is the thing which is said here in this 7.22. 7.33. Men of small intelligence worship the demigods. What is the small intelligence here? Small intelligence, the men who are considering the material things only the supermost thing. They are not considering about the spiritual things. So men of a small intelligence worship the demigods. So they want only material things. So their intelligence is till the material things only. So that intelligence is called as small intelligence. Men of a small intelligence worship the demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigod go to the planets of demigod, but my devotee ultimately reach my supreme planet. Okay, so even the demigod worshipper, for the demigod worshipper, there is one slide is being made here. You see, intelligence is stolen by the material desires, lust, and then they will worship the demigods. Fruits are limited and temporary. Their fruits are for material world, and that fruits are limited and temporary. Basis of choice of demigods, which demigod they will worship, what they want. Okay, and what they want, it depends on their nature. Okay, the modes. So you see, basis of choice of worship, some people will worship the Lakshmi Devi, some people will worship the Ganesh Ji, some people will worship maybe different demigods. What is the basis? Different modes and nature. It depends on the different modes and nature. So which person is in which mode, which nature, they will worship the demigods according to that, what desires they have. Okay. Lack of knowledge about Krishna. They have lack of knowledge about Krishna. Krishna is the supreme source of everything. Krishna makes faith steady, required by living entity to worship the demigods. So this is the role of Krishna in worshippers. Okay. So Krishna is the source, and Krishna makes faith steady and for that person so that he can worship the demigods. And Krishna bestow benefits through the demigods to the living entity. So actually, Krishna is giving the benefits which the person is getting from the demigods. Those are actually bestowed by Krishna only. Okay. Result: they go to demigods planet. Keep one in the material world a place of misery. So demigods planet, if you see, those are also coming under the 14 planetary system, under the Brahma's is planetary system. So those are also coming in the material world. So they will be coming back to this material world again and again. Okay. But one thing is, you see, these are the circle, and one is different. That is called Krishna devotee. How Krishna devotees are there? Result: if a person is Krishna devotee, they will go to the supreme planet of Krishna. Result of demigod worship are all perishable. Result of devotional service unto Krishna is unlimited and eternal. So demigod worshipper, their results are also temporary, and they are also material. But the Krishnas, the results are eternal and unlimited, because it is related to the spiritual world. Okay. So those are the things in this slide. Demigod worshipper. So 10 minutes we have. So can we complete this, or shall we take
Yes,
question
Prabhuji.
answer? Shall we complete? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Then if we have the time, we'll discuss the question answer from the last session. 4 or 5 questions are there. We'll discuss quickly. So we'll complete this. Yes, Mataji.
Avyaktam vyaktimapannam manyante mama buddhayaha param bhavam ajanastah mamavyam anuttamam.
Unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, was impersonal before and have now assumed this personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and the supreme. Okay. So unintelligent men who do not know unintelligent men, their thinking is stolen by the Maya. Okay, they are under the influence of Maya. So what they will think, that Krishna is also under the Maya. Okay, Krishna is also like a normal person. Krishna is having the human body, so he is also a normal person only. They do not know the transcendental nature of Krishna. The birth of Krishna is transcendental. The activity of Krishna is transcendental, which Krishna was telling in the 4th chapter. Okay, that is Janma Karma Chame Divyam. Both Janma and Karma of Krishna is Divyam. The nature of Krishna is transcendental, but the fools who are under the influence of Maya, they do not understand this concept, and they will think that Krishna is also a normal person only, not a different person, normal person. Okay. Naham Prakasha Sarvasya
Sarvasya yogamaya samavritah nudoyam nabhijanasti loko mamajamavyayam.
So Moodha The person who is fool, they cannot understand Krishna. They cannot, na abhijananti. They cannot understand Krishna because they are under the Maya. Okay. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I am covered by my eternal creative potency, that is Yoga Maya. They are covered by the Maya. Krishna is covered by the Maya, and they cannot understand Krishna. And so the deluded world knows me not, who am unborn and infallible. Okay. So the unintelligent person, their intelligence is covered by Maya. So they cannot think Krishna as the supreme. Okay. They will think that Krishna is normal person. Quality to understand is pure devotional service. Okay. A person who is in pure devotional service can understand this about this for Krishna. Okay. Result of being impersonalist. So some people are impersonalist. Okay. Impersonalist means they do not consider personal form of Krishna. They consider that everything is under Maya. So last question answer which I got, that is one question is about impersonalist. What is impersonalist? Okay. So the impersonalists are the people who consider everything under the Maya. Okay. Which is there in the world is Maya. Okay. So they consider themselves also as the as the soul. They will consider themselves as soul, but they will consider that I am in this material world. That's why I am under this Maya. If I leave this world, I will also become supreme soul. I will also become supreme. Okay. They will consider Krishna. Krishna is also a normal person who is under this material influence, the Maya influence. And after leaving this material element, Krishna will also become like me only. So I am also Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi. The concept is Aham Brahmasmi. That is impersonalist concept. That I am also Brahma, Krishna is also Brahma. Everything will become one. Okay. Everything will merge into the Supreme Brahman. Supreme Brahman. Okay. That is the energy, the supreme energy. So they will consider supreme energy is there. And from the supreme energy, everything is coming. And after the death will merge into the supreme energy only. So that is the concept. Krishna is also a normal person. We are also normal person. Krishna will also merge to the Supreme Brahman. We will also merge to the Supreme Brahman. That is the concept of impersonalist. They do not know the Lord as the unborn and infallible, and the Supreme Lord hides from the foolish and intelligent due to the Maya. So, okay, Lord gets covered by his eternal potency, that is Maya. So we'll see now. Krishna is the source of both material and the spiritual energy. So this is the last section, section F, 26 to 30 sloka. O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that is yet to come. Past, present, future, everything I know. This is what Krishna is saying. I also know all living entity, but no one knows me. Everything I know, about every person I know, but no one knows me. O Shayana Bharata, O conqueror of foe, all living entity are born into delusion, bewildered by the duality arising from the desire and hate. Okay. So they're under the Maya, they are working, they're born in this world under the Maya. Person who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are free from the duality of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. Okay. Who will surrender to Krishna? Who acted piously in the previous life, who done the previous life, who had done the devotional service, and they will continue the devotional service from this life. Okay. So person who have acted piously in the previous life and in this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are free from the duality of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service. Okay. So we have discussed this quality, delusion. How we can free. Also, we have discussed devotee. Qualification. Yes, this we were discussing this. Qualification required to perform devotional service. We should have done some devotional service in the previous life. Okay. And we will continue the devotional life from this life. So acted piously in this and the previous life, ceasing to act according to desire and hate. Okay. Freedom from the dualities of delusion, sinful actions are completely eradicated. So these are the qualifications. Yeah. How to be situated on the spiritual platform? Who can accept the process? Those who live practicing the regulative principle of religion, who have acted piously and who have conquered the sinful action. So who is following how to be situated, how to follow the devotional life, how to follow the process. Okay, regulative principle. First is the regulative principle, who acted piously in the previous life and who have conquered the sinful reaction. Who is not doing the sinful reaction, who is living the pious life. Next step, gradually they can meditate in trance on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Best process, this elevation is possible in Krishna consciousness in the association of pure devotees. So first thing, pious life. Second thing, associate with the devotee. So that is what it is mentioned in 28th sloka. Result, you see. Result, living entity can get liberated from bewilderment by devotional service or by Krishna consciousness. So you see, devotee traverse earth to recover the conditioned soul from their delusion, that is their mercy. Association of the great devotee, Mahatseva, door to door, to liberate the person. Association with materialistic person is the path to darkness, region of the existence. So you see, it is one point is being made here, that great people that like Vanaprastha, you see, the third ashram, Vanaprastha, they will go door to door, and they will have they will ask for the alm, okay, or the bhiksha, okay. So and they will remind the people. They will remind the people that what is your actual position, okay. It is for the reminding of the people who is in the Grihastha ashram, that what is the actual position we need to attain, okay. And they will walk every door to door, they will walk so that they can liberate the other people. So that is their mercy, to distribute the mercy. They will walk to every door and they will distribute the mercy, okay. So that was the concept of previously a saint going door to door and asking for bhiksha, so that people can associate with the great devotee and they can elevate themselves, okay. So that was the thing, that is the point being made here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Sadibhuta. Okay. Jara Marana Mokshaya Mamashritya Yatanti Ye Te Brahma Tadvidu Kritsnam Adhyatmam Karma Chakhilam.
Intelligent person who are endeavoring for liberation from old age, death, take refuge in me in devotional service. Okay. They are actually Brahman because they entirely know everything about the transcendental activity. Last sloka.
Hare Krishna. Sadi Bhuta Di Daivam Mam Sadi Yajnam Chaye Viduhu Prayana Kale Pichamam Te Vidur Yukta Chetasaha. Hare
So
Krishna.
this is last sloka. This is the connecting sloka to 8th chapter. So Krishna is giving some important words here, which will lead to 8th chapter. So what are these words? Those in full consciousness of me, who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of all the material manifestation of the demigods, of all the methods of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death. So many things Krishna has told, that remember me at the time of death. Krishna told about the Supreme Lord. Krishna told about the governing principle of material manifestation. Krishna tells about the demigods, method of sacrifice, so many things. So and concisely he is making a background for the 8th chapter. And Arjuna will pick some questions from this sloka and he will ask, and then 8th chapter will continue. Okay. So that is the thing. So this is the last sloka from this chapter. So this will, so many things Krishna has told, and Arjuna will be asking. So we'll see this sloka in the next chapter. In detail, Arjuna will be asking and Krishna will be telling. Okay. So we'll see. We'll skip this because already time is over. So these are the summary. So better now we'll take the question because we are already 2 minutes late. So quickly we'll take question answer. Mataji, can you put questions from the last?
From the last one, okay.
From
Yes,
the last,
Prabhuji.
yeah,
Just
Mataji
give
has
me a
given.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Quickly we'll take all the question answer and we'll try to see. So we have the question. So I'll read the question. Mataji will put also the question. So verse number 5.2 purport. One has to act in the status of the spirit soul. So that is the purport. Question: how we can do so when we are not able to realize that we are not the body but soul? What is the process of realization being Krishna conscious, chanting and etc.? So Mataji is asking, when we are not in realizing that we are this not this body, we are soul, how we can act in that mode, in the status of the spirit soul? Okay, that is the thing. When we are working, so that is the process. Okay, so process is when we think ourselves as body only and we are working at the body level only, there is no chance that we can realize that we spirit soul, unless and until we start acting in the soul mode. Okay, unless and until we are dedicating ourselves to Krishna, unless and until we are doing service for our soul, work for our soul, we won't be able to realize that we are soul. Unless, so if day and night, full day, full 24 hours, for 1 year, for 5 years, for 10 years, for life after life, we are working for the body. Okay, so many life we are working for the body, we are considering ourselves with body only and working at the bodily consciousness, then that's why we have lost that, we have forgotten the fact that we are soul. Okay, so we should start working for our soul. We should start remembering Krishna. We should start chanting about Krishna. We should start associating about Krishna. We should start reading about Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. We should start associating with the devotees. Then we will be able to gradually, it will be a gradual process, and gradually we will be able to realize that we are not this body, we are spirit soul, and then we will be able to work in that mode. Okay, so that is the answer for the first question, that how we can work. One has to act in the status of the spirit soul. How we can work in the spirit soul mode if we are not realizing. So process of realization is work, and then gradually you will realize. Okay. Second question. 5.6 verse purport. Question: who are called Mayavadi and what is their philosophy? So I already told you, Mayavadis are the impersonalists. Mayavadi means they see everything as Maya. Okay, the I am Maya because I am a spirit soul. I am in this material world. I am under Maya. Krishna is also Maya because Krishna is also a spirit soul. Krishna came to this material world under the influence of Maya. So Krishna is also Maya. So actually Krishna is also Maya, me is also Maya. And after that, if we are perfecting our life, we will merge into the Supreme Brahman. The Supreme is a energy. Okay, they will consider Supreme as an energy. And we will merge into that energy. Krishna also merge in that energy. So everything will merge into that energy. Okay, so our personal existence will be lost. Krishna's personal existence is lost. Okay, and everything will become like supreme. Okay, so that is called Mayavadi. Everything is under Maya. So that is the philosophy called Mayavadi. What is their philosophy? So I already told you that the philosophy. What is meant by Sariraka Bhasya? Okay, commentary of Vedanta Sutra by Shankaracharya. So there are so many commentaries of Vedanta Sutra, like Shankaracharya has given the Sariraka Bhasya, or the impersonal philosophy. Okay, so impersonal philosophy was propagated by Shankaracharya after Buddhism was all over the world. Okay, so because Buddhism philosophy was not correct, that's why Shankaracharya given the philosophy, step up philosophy, you can say. Okay, step up philosophy from the Buddhism. Buddhism was so according to the Buddhism, there is nothing called soul, there is nothing called super soul, nothing like that. Only a person should be pious, and person should be like ahinsavadi. He should not torture any other being. So that was the Lord Buddha's philosophy. So step up philosophy from that is the Mayavadi philosophy, where person consider himself as soul, and there is one super soul is there, that energy form, and we should work in that mode, that we are different. The soul is different, body is different, and step up philosophy from that is called the that is the Bhakti Yoga philosophy, or Vaishnava philosophy. Vaishnava says that the Supreme Personal is the Supreme Personal. So step up philosophy is the third philosophy, that is called Vaishnava philosophy. Okay, so we see Sariraka Bhasya. is there. Then Vaishnava Bhashya is also there. Okay, so step up. Okay, so that is called second question answer. Who are called Mayavadi? The impersonalists is called Mayavadi. What is their philosophy? So Mayavad philosophy, I already told you. What is meant by Sariraka Bhasya? So it is commentary by Shankaracharya over the Vedanta Sutra. There are other commentaries are also there, like Vaishnava commentaries. Okay, so Vaishnava Bhasya, that is called. What is the inspiration for someone? So third question we are coming. What is the inspiration of someone who work unattached to the result of his work? Is it all activity as for satisfying Krishna? Okay, so Mataji is saying, or Prabhuji is saying that if a person is not attached to the results of work, how he can do work? So basically that question is that, what is the inspiration of someone who work unattached to the results of his work? Okay, so like that, I will give you one example. You will understand very quickly. So that, so your son is there in your house and he is feeling hungry. Okay, you are not feeling hungry. Yeah, means you are not hungry. Your son is hungry. Will you prepare food? Will you prepare food? Yes, you will prepare food because your son is hungry. You need to give food to your son. Okay, but you are not hungry. So there is nothing you can get from doing work. Okay, but still you are doing work. What is the inspiration? What is the inspiration? You are doing it for your son. Okay, it is, you are doing for your son because you love your son. That's why you are doing for your son. Okay, same thing. Replace the son with Krishna. Okay, so if you replace that thing, the concept is clear. That is, inspiration is Krishna. When we are loving Krishna, we'll do services for Krishna. Okay, that is called devotional service. When we do work, okay, consider the work as Krishna's work and give the result to Krishna. Okay, directly if you can do, like chanting, if you're doing, that is for Krishna. Okay, making prasadam, we are making for Krishna. Okay, so directly if you can do, that is best. Okay, there are many services which are indirect devotional service. So the indirect devotional service as work which we do in our day-to-day life, but we do for Krishna. We give the result for Krishna. That is called indirect devotional service. Direct devotional service, like doing aarti to Lord, like chanting, taking the name of Lord, that is called direct devotional service. Indirect devotional service, many services are there, many material things are there, many material works are there. And when we are doing it for Krishna, that is called indirect devotional service. So these are actually the material things, material work only, but we are spiritualizing the material work by giving the result to Krishna. And in this way, we are doing a devotional service, which is actually a material work, but we are doing for Krishna and we are making it as indirect devotional service. Okay, so that is the concept of inspiration of doing the devotional service. Okay, next question. Verse 20 to 23 mentions Patanjali yoga, Hatha yoga, etc. Are these different from Ashtanga yoga or are the same? So all are same only. Ashtanga yoga, Patanjali yoga, Hatha yoga, all are same. Okay. Verse number 34. The analogy of self, mind, and senses with the horse, chariot, passenger, horses, etc. is very nice and appropriate. So, okay, the horses example, Mataji is saying that different horses. Okay, so question is, the analogy of self, mind, senses with horse, chariot, passenger, horse, etc. is very nice and appropriate. However, it doesn't mention the environment which can affect or manipulate the horse's senses. Is the environment analogous to Jagat, samsara driven by Maya? We didn't find it anywhere in the any purpose or anywhere. Okay, maybe you are thinking that way, but we don't think in that way. We don't include any other things like this can be this or this can be this. Okay, whatever examples has been given, that has been given. Okay, so it doesn't mention the environment which can affect or manipulate. So many things are there. Soul is there, then after the soul there is super soul is there, environment is there. So whatever example has been given, to understand the Krishna is giving the, we need to understand that Krishna has given that example. Okay, and we need to we do not need to include other things in that. Okay, so that is the thing. So the example of chariot and all was given by Krishna. Okay, so that we don't include any other thing like super soul we will include in that, or the Maya will include in that. Why to include those things? Okay, so we can consider it, but we don't include because it is not given by Krishna. Okay, so quickly we have all the questions. Very nice questions were there. Okay, very deep questions were there. After reading, these questions are certain to come. So I hope you will ask more like these questions, so that I love to answer these questions. Okay, so that will be the thing. I hope all the questions has been answered.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Very nice questions. These are called realized questions. When we read, we realize these things, because these things we don't understand. And the person who has asked the question very nicely, he has picked the point and he's asking the points only. Very nice questions. I really appreciate these questions, because this question will lead to increase in our knowledge. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Nice
Hare
session,
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Sorry,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji,
Very
once
enlightened.
again.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yes. Any
Hare
We
other
lost
thing?
10 minutes today, Prabhuji. Sorry about
No
that.
problem, Mataji. Yes. No problem.
We do it better next time. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare
So
Krishna.
so actually this is Gita Marathon. Just 2 minutes I'll take for the talking about Gita Marathon, because actually this is a very pious month, and actually we should transfer this knowledge to other people. We should distribute this knowledge to other people. Okay. And the best way is to give Bhagavad Gita. Okay. To distribute the Bhagavad Gita to other people. So we should try to distribute this knowledge, this Bhagavad Gita to other people. Okay. And for distributing, okay, the thing is, we should also read, and you are also reading. And now you can explain the people also what is the meaning of reading Bhagavad Gita, what is the things is there in the Bhagavad Gita, and why you should read Bhagavad Gita. So try to motivate the other people to read Bhagavad Gita, try to distribute the Bhagavad Gita. This is the Gita Masam, okay, Gita Masam, or the month of the distribution of Bhagavad Gita. And this Moksha Ekadasi only Bhagavad Gita is spoken. Okay, so it is actually a very pious month to distribute Bhagavad Gita, to accept Bhagavad Gita from any person. Okay, so you can also distribute to the other people, and try to distribute. Krishna will help. Okay, try to distribute this knowledge to other people. The thing is, when we take one step, Krishna will help with the 10 steps. Okay, so try to distribute, try to at least one. Also, if you are distributing, okay, then from the next year maybe you can distribute 10. So first thing is, you should take one step. Okay, and you should start distributing. You should distribute. Many people you see so religiously they are taking this distribution process, they are doing the distribution. This month is very, actually this is very pious month to distribute. Okay, every person you will see in Krishna consciousness, in ISKCON, they are engaged in the distribution. Okay, because and people are taking it very actively, and we see daily that people are distributing this knowledge, this Bhagavad Gita to a other person. Okay, so have anyone distributed any Bhagavad Gita?
Yes, Prabhuji.
This one? Yes, Mataji, you have distributed? Yes,
I
very nice.
distributed to 2 friends of mine. I've given
Yes,
them.
yes, Mataji, yes. You know, you don't need to give them freely. You can ask them for the printing price. That is actually this Bhagavad Gita. If you see, it is a very nice book. Okay, if you see this, very nice. Okay, and the printing cost, the temple which is giving. So most of the temple are providing by 200 to 210.
Yes.
So it is more. Yeah. So you can ask for the printing cost, okay, 200, 210, whatever you got from the temple. Directly whatever you got from the temple, you can ask like that, okay, because they will be involved in that, okay. Then tell them what is the effect of reading, why we should read, and then give them Bhagavad Gita, okay, like that. Distribute this knowledge, okay. And many like marriage will be there, many festivals will be there. Okay, so if you go to any person house, you can give them this knowledge, or you can give the Bhagavad Gita, you can distribute like this. Okay, so actually it is a very pious month, and everyone should we should encourage to distribute, and we should encourage to accept also. Okay, so that is that. So I want every person, at least you should distribute one Bhagavad Gita. Yes, is it okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Okay, so we'll need because this chapter is over actually. Okay, so we'll meet next week, Saturday. Okay, 8th chapter, very important, very nice chapter. Okay, so we'll meet next week. I hope wonderful question will come in the next week, so that we can take this question, we can realize those questions. Okay, realize questions very nicely.
very nice realized questions is being asked, and the last 2 to 3 weeks, which I'm getting the questions, very nice questions. Okay, I really appreciate these questions. Yes, okay. So we'll meet
Yes.
next week. Any other thing? Any devotee want to say anything? Because I don't think there will be classes, I think, because classes will start from Monday. Okay, that's why no one is coming till now. So we can take 10 minutes if you want to share anything, if you want to have anything, any discussion, anything. Till 9 we can discuss. Because other class people are not joining. So I hope from Monday only new batch will start. Okay. If anyone want to share anything, want to discuss anything, want to know anything like that. Acha. Okay, no discussion. Then we'll meet next week. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhu bhavevicha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.